Hey guys, so this is one of my newest kind of experiment. So I have some indoor potted mango trees. Um, so initially I wanted to do this. Right now it's in the garage, which is an insulated garage, but with the garage doors and so forth. There's no heating or anything in here, so it might get a little bit cooler than if it was in my living room. But my wife didn't buy off on having this in the living room, so it is here in the garage. I actually did want to experiment with it in the living room because in the living room, like the heater comes on and so forth, and I think probably maybe more people probably would have that kind of similar environment than just something in the garage. So this is would be in the garage, no heat or anything like that. And with the heat, sometimes with a heater that turns on inside the house, sometimes that tends to dry up tropical trees even a bit more. So it's been a long time since I've grown any kind of tropical plants indoor. And when I did, they were never like this large of a tree. They were never like a tree that was like blooming and would be fruiting or anything. They were more like smaller trees, a couple year old seedlings and stuff like that. And what I ran into with that, and it's been like decades since I've done it, is that anytime when it's in the house during winter and so forth, with the heater and stuff on, the leaves do get dehydrated. You have to mist it a little bit more, but that's more like sensitive tropicals. Um, I am not sure if mangoes really need that misting. I'm not too sure. And that was going to be one of my experiments if it was in the living room. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So this is in the garage with no heater and so forth. But it's December right now, and these mango trees are going to stay here probably I would say till May. So at least for 6 months. And then after that, I would decide to see if I'm going to continue leaving it in the house, as leaving it in the garage, I mean, as an experiment, or bring it outside. A couple of things I want to see with this experiment is that I want to see if it's still a bloom will still trigger with these trees that I have indoor, or wouldn't. One way or the other, I am fine with it one way or the other. If it does bloom, I will probably try to do some hand pollination and kind of that'll be the first time to try that on mangoes and see if I could get fruit. And if it doesn't bloom, that's fine too. I have one variety where I do need want to get some extra scions. So you can kind of see um, this is the garage. I got a bunch of junk in the back and stuff here, but kind of don't mind it too much. So let me show you the first plants. I'm trying to experiment with like at least two varieties. One like an older zero varieties and one being a newer zero variety. So this one is Kerry. This is Kerry right here. And these are in 15-gallon pots, which is what I grow most of my mango trees in. So it's a pretty huge pot. I use like a tub I think it's like a 35 or 37-gallon tub you pick up like at Home Depot, just so for me to easier water them and don't get water everywhere. Okay, so this one's a Kerry, good size. Look at the trunk here, decent size trunk. And this one right here is an M4. So I wanted to try both a new and old variety of zeros. And this is an M4. There's a trunk. Don't mind all this black. This is actually wound bug sealer, kind of do that with some of the graft areas. And this is M4. So if this blooms, let's see if it would hold fruits. If it doesn't, I'll be able to use more stems for scions to graft onto. So either way, one way or the other, I'll be happy with the result if it blooms or it doesn't bloom. I got a couple seedlings here. This one to the right here. Well, this one to the right here is one of it's a seedling of Brian's seedling peach cobblers. So it's mono embryonic, like I had mentioned to you guys before. One stem only. Here's another one of it. This one was planted like about a week later, so it's like about a week behind. And I have an ice cream right here. Okay. The grow lights I'm using it's a kind of full spectrum 6000 row light, you know. So should do well. I'm not sure if this is enough for the leaves, but we'll see. For now, I might add a second one if I feel like it's not doing well and it's suffering. It's only been in here, for the last like 3 days or so. So we'll see. This will be a fun experiment for trying to grow mangoes indoor, trying to see if it blooms, trying to see if it fruits, or trying to see if it doesn't bloom or anything like that, which is not bad of a deal too, especially in Southern California. We can't get any vegetative growth when it's outdoors, always flushing, So I would expect the garage in here to be still warmer than what would be outside, but not as warm as the house. Don't have a thermometer in here yet, but I will probably end up getting one of that before the end of this week or two, just to kind of have it in here to track the temperature. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a fun experiment, and I've never attempted doing this with tropicals that would be large enough to bloom and fruit and stuff like that indoors. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna see how it goes. All right, guys, thanks a lot. It's gonna be kind of like a new series. I'll probably do my best to provide an update every month if there's any significant changes. If not, you might not see it much updates. Maybe I'll update some of the seedlings that I have in here. Okay, thanks, guys.